Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you. So this is one of my money videos. We're going to talk about some money tips in this video, and hopefully you won't fall asleep. It might be something you learn new. It might be something that you just need to hear again. I'm going off the screen. I thank everybody who has subscribed and likes and comments on my video, by the way. We've been up for almost 2 years now, so we're doing okay. We haven't got tossed out by YouTube as of yet. All right, so let's go on. We're talking about money saving today, and we're going to talk about in the kitchen. This video is not sponsored. I'm just relaying some message from some things I got from Consumer Reports. You may or may not disagree because I don't necessarily agree with everything in here either. But I'm just passing along this information for you to decide. So use the microwave instead of the oven, which, that is up to you too, right? They're saying that the toaster oven saves up even more energy. But sometimes things don't cook as well in a microwave or a toaster oven. So, like I said, I'm not promoting either or. All right, another thing that could be controversial is to eat less meat. So this is totally a nutrition thing, but yeah, I mean, if you cut out meat is pretty expensive. So if you could cut out meat, and I am big on nutrition, so I do not suggest any of this plant-based ground beef stuff because they put a lot of mess in these foods. I would suggest some veggies, but some people can't live on all vegetables. So, this is a controversial thing there. But you do what works for you, but I'm just passing it along. If you can give up some of that meat, maybe cut it in half. You'll be even able to save more. How about starting a mini garden, right? Buying fresh herbs. Just have your own garden in the backyard if you got a backyard, if you're lucky enough to have it. All right, ranges and refrigerators. Let's look at that. Okay, so for the refrigerators, Energy Star is always recommended because it saves you more money. You also might want to do a gasket check on your fridge. Take a dollar bill, close the refrigerator door on it, half in, half out to check the seal. You may want to replace the gaskets to make sure your fridge stays cool. You also might want to set your refrigerator fresh food compartment at 37 if you have that option. You want to defrost fridges and freezers regularly because your units become less efficient if they get all frosty. Most of us are too busy to think about these things, but if you are listening to this right now, try and go do that. All right, another thing is to organize your fridge to save food and cash. I'm a big culprit of this. I buy fruit, vegetables, and half the time they sit in there and I don't eat them all. So this is an idea, talking for myself too. Label leftovers and freeze the fruits and veggies that will otherwise spoil. Put them in zip-top bags and put them in the freezer. Don't trust the door for dairy. The compartment door is the warmest in the fridge. Do not sweat the sell-by dates because, with the exception of infant formula, date stamps on food are not required by federal law. And if a food's used by a date is passed, it's still safe to eat if it's been handled properly. Unless it smells, the flavor or texture seems off, a sign of spoilage, then you should be fine. And you didn't hear this from me, I'm repeating CR. So if you get sick from something past the date, don't be coming after me. All right, store your produce properly. Anything that might wilt in the high humidity, most fruits, peppers, and other items could rot, go in a low humidity drawer to extend their life. They also have things on Amazon that would help you also keep your fruits and vegetables to last longer, like bags and other things, green bags and stuff like that. Separate the smart way. Store your apples, avocados, bananas, pears, and stone fruits separately. Wash your fruit correctly. And the bottom shelf of the fridge is the chilliest, so it's the best for keeping your meat, your poultry, your seafood fresh. All right, a lot of you already know these things, but I'm just reminding you. When cooking, don't open the oven door. Instead, look through the glass because this will let some of the heat escape, and you don't want to do that. All right. We want to make our appliances last longer. Your fridge, stove, dishwasher, and everything, you want to keep these lasting as long as possible. So clean up the cooktop spills as soon as possible. You want to scrape your plates before you load them in the machine. You don't want to stop at mid-cycle, and you want to make sure you keep your filters clean. You also want to avoid double washing your dishes. You push the start button on the dishwasher to clean it, and that's why clean dirty magnets, $3 and up on Amazon, were invented. These indicate the cleaning status and help you avoid wasting energy, water, and detergent. So these are called clean dirty magnets. So if you got a lot of people in the house and you all are not communicating and somebody already cleaned and ran the dishwasher, you might want to consider getting these clean dirty magnets so we're not double washing stuff. All right, this says put away the foil. Do you like to line your oven racks with foil for easier cleanup? It can interfere with functioning and even melt in your oven. De-gunk your oven regularly to keep the grease and drips from working well. Baby your range's control panel and wipe it with a damp, lint-free cloth. And you also might want to get a major appliance for less. You want to look for open box items. You want to look for things that have small dents. You want to go to some of these places that offer discounts on refrigerators that might have one little dent in it. And they have different names for these places. I've seen them and they're considerably cheaper. All right, so this is CR's report on some of the latest refrigerators and fridges, and you can agree or disagree. It doesn't matter to me either way. I have no opinion on this because I don't have any of these. Last refrigerator I bought was pretty cheap. I did not spend, might have spent $1,200 on a refrigerator. All right, so this is their suggestion. LG for their fridge, and the electric ranges is GE Profile is their highest one. All right, dishwashers. All right, they got a whole rating system here on their dishwashers. They rated the Green Choice washers, and because that's what most people are looking for lately, is to save water and energy. So we're just going to look at these for a brief moment. You can look at your screen and see who won here. It looks like the winner is Cafe, which I have never heard of this brand before, but that is the dishwasher, and that is about $1,400. They got the highest score. And all of these are stainless steel because, as we know, stainless steel cleans better. If you buy a plastic anything, plastic dishwasher, plastic tub, it's going to hold in odors. It's going to hold in things because that's what it does. So if you can afford stainless, always aim for stainless. And you can get a pretty good stainless steel one here for $500. And $650 is pretty reasonable for Samsung. It's not as high as $74, but it's still okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, so let's talk about recycling appliances. The Responsible Appliance Disposal Program can help you locate utilities and groups that will help you pick up and recycle. Now, normally if you buy a new one, sometimes they'll charge you to come and get the old one. Now, if you're getting rid of an old refrigerator air conditioning, you may need special handling because of the CFC refrigerants, which cause thinning of the Earth's ozone layer. So, if you can't give it away, you could hire removal services. According to Angia Home Service website, junk removal services can be between $60 and $240, and I already talked about that either on this video or another video. That the junk removal services can be, a little pricey. So you could try Habit for Humanity. Sometimes they'll pick it up. You can try Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Nextdoor, and you might be able to get it picked up for free. You could also go to the EPA.gov and see if you can find any responsible appliance disposable program. All right, let's go in the laundry room. Potential savings, $500. All right, washer and dry smarter. Some of this most of you already know, but if not, we're going to remind you. Wash and dry smarter. Dry heavy stuff like towels and jeans separately from lightweight items. The lighter weights will dry faster. Use your dryer's cool down cycle if it has one. Most of these newer washer and dryers do a lot on their own. You can run full loads. It may seem obvious, but given the Energy Star program has found that the average household does 300 loads of laundry a year. And be stingy with your detergent. You don't need a whole lot of detergent and you're putting money down the drain. These chemicals can escape into the soil and water. Learn to love air drying. Shake your clothes out to minimum wrinkling. Dry knits flat to avoid stretching. Dry outside if you can in the sun. Turn your brights and darks inside out to prevent fading. Line drying produces organic compounds we recognize from plants and perfumes, and it's cleaner on your clothes. $400 plus. Bust out of the hot water rut. So CR testing has shown cold water to be as effective at cleaning as warmer water. So set your water temperature to 120 instead of 140, and this could save you $400 per year. Extend the life of your machines. Your washer and dryer are undoubtedly household MVPs. So to keep them up, make sure your washing machine is at level. During the spin cycle, it can hit 1600 RPM, and if that appliance is off kilter, it could cause damage. So opt out for dryer auto cycles not timed. You want the automatic sensors on to where you don't waste energy and it automatically cuts off if you are not using it. Hang an indoor clothesline. Include the basement during the winter when indoor humidity is very low. Our basement during the winter. Outside, when it's summer, you could probably put it outside, right? Time your energy use right. Who cares when you do your laundry? Your utility company might. Some charge more at peak hours and some do not. So keep that in mind when you're doing the laundry. Do it in the middle of the night when in the summertime. All right, if your laundry machines aren't working, you may have to start shopping, but repairs can be made for much less. Most people do not think about repairing a washer and dryer. They just go buy a new one. If your clothes are not drying, they're tangled up, problems with your dryer's drum, the rollers, belts might not work. This is only about $150 normally, instead of spending $2,000 on a new washer or dryer. So minimize your mold. If your washer has a self-clean feature, if not, run an empty load on hot. Vinegar also works on cleaning. They're suggesting using a little bleach. Don't overload the tub. Don't avoid overtaxing your washer. Fill the front loaders to the top with the drum lightly packed. Eyeball water intake hoses. If they're brittle or cracking, replace them, and not doing so could lead to a flood. Swipe out all accordion-style ducts for rigid metal ones. These accordion ones can allow a lot of lint build up, decrease in efficiency, and cause a fire. Make sure you get all of the lint out of your um, washer and dryers. Clean your lint filters diligently because if they're clogged, it takes longer to dry the clothes and it could also start a fire. All right, how to find one. Okay, their suggestion, not mine. The best one they got here is the LG and WM3600 HWA. If you're looking it up, that's the one that got the best price for the most value. If you're in the market for that, that's $800 for a front load washer, which is not too bad. So, would you pay $150 for a fixing something, or $800 to $1,000 to get a new one? It looks like LG is their top two. All right, so electrical dryers, there's again, I don't know if they have a contract with LG because they seem to be promoting a lot of LG. So electric dryers is also, they're showing LG. And some of these are pretty realistically priced. Anywhere from $750 to $1,050 is the range for a brand new electrical dryer. In the bathroom, save water while you're bathing. So, showering accounts for most 17% of a typical home water use. Consider a low flow shower head. So, you can consider changing your water head and save 30% less water. 140 with a low flow toilet. So, if you're in the market, if you got the money for a new toilet, you want to look for one that doesn't use up as much water. So many shower heads allow you to pause the flow of water while you're lathering up, and you can turn it on and off again. They got all kinds of new technology shower heads out now that are not super expensive. You want to fix any household leaks, especially around your toilet tank. You can replace the flapper or the floater, and they only cost some of them $10 or less. If you have to hire somebody to do it, of course, it could be a little more. So the shower heads here, the pressure fixed shower heads are anywhere from $20 to $70 depending on how fancy you want to get. You want to stop your faucet drips. So you might want to go to Home Depot and Lowe's and look for some online videos to help save money. Like when you're brushing your teeth, turn it off while you're doing it and then turn it back on. So to save money. Most of us don't think about that, including myself. Get aerated faucets and shower heads. So replace your old faucets and aerators with WaterSense labeled ones. Capture your cold water shower. You know, the first minute or two when the shower water is still cold, you let it go down the drain. Save it in a bucket and use it for the water for flushing the toilet. You can use it for watering the plants. Take it outside, put it in the bowl for the water for the birds outside. WaterSense toilets can be anywhere from $110 to $250. CR has two that they recommend here. American Standard Champion got the best view, and Glacier Bay is the second. All right, so what else are we going to talk about? Consider a residential outdoor water use accounts for 8 billion gallons of water every year. So one way to do this better is with WaterSense labeled irrigation controllers. They could cut the average annual outdoor water bill from $300 to $150. Control your outdoor lighting with a timer. Outdoor lighting can improve your home's security, curb appeal, and livability, so using a timer can illuminate your property more manageable. Wireless weatherproof photosensitive timers by Woods is one, and they're not even that expensive. All right. Make friends with mulch. Mulch is your weed killers in your garden. And it's saying this will help if you take your grass clippings and just use that as mulch instead of going to Home Depot and spending a lot of money on mulch. Just use the grass clippings as your mulch. Zero in on xeriscaping. This landscaping techniques aims to conserve water with soil. And saves $100 a year on water bills. Switch to battery-powered yard tools. They're typically more efficient than gas-powered. They have solar-powered, battery-powered. They have a lot of things out nowadays. We already talked about this in another video. And we're going to finish up this video with this. Why I water my hose with a smart hose. The smart hose watering timer. It connects to an app. Everything connects to an app nowadays, isn't it? Collect your water in a rain barrel. We already talked about that. Okay, these are leaf blowers, battery leaf blowers. And we already talked about the battery push mowers, okay? Battery push mowers, string trimmers. They got a lot of stuff in batteries. These batteries don't need to be refilled. They are more reliable and they are also quieter. So these are some of the suggestions from CR as on the best. And they're anywhere from $210 to $400 depending upon what you're looking for. So these push mowers, best mulching battery push mowers, start anywhere from $400 to $600. All right, tweak your hot tub. Save about $80 a year. Get a great fitting, well-insulated cover to lock in the heat. Empty your spa during the winter if you're lucky enough to have a hot tub. Shut off the heat in the summer. All right, that makes sense. All right. Okay, and we'll all be laughing at the bank because we're going to be saving so much money doing these tips. I thank you all for staying to the end if you did. And please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.